So recently smartwatches have been a really hot topic, given how such small gadgets have managed to change and improve our lifestyles, instead of just being an expensive piece of decoration on our wrists. So today we're finally bringing a much requested video for you guys, a detailed review of the GTR2 and GTS2 series. In this Gizmochina review, you'll see an excellent lineup of fully functional watches of 2020. The brand Amazfit is one of the most professional smartwatch manufacturers in the market right now. The parent company of Amazfit was founded in 2013 and has quickly established its leading position in the smart wearable industry by shipping over hundreds of millions of smart wearables. Even in some countries, Amazfit had the largest market share of smartwatch market. Unlike other tech companies, which have expensive wearable options, Amazfit watches have always offered a great value for money with excellent build quality. This year, they put a lot of efforts in expanding their smartwatch lineups to offer modern features across multiple models targeted at different groups of consumers. So you'll definitely find at least one smartwatch that's perfect for you. And Amazfit is going to expand these two products lineups with their own cheaper models during CES, the GTR2E and the GTS2E, which both retain the essential core functionality from its more expensive siblings with stable endurance and a similar design. And instead of saying that the E edition is the cheaper version, I'd better call it the essential version, because most of the important features are reserved from the original standard version, and the E editions even add a temperature sensor that was absent on the standard models. In addition to E editions, Amazfit released an even cheaper model, the GTS2 Mini, which is another important series update, and an LTE version for the GTR2, which adds an LTE function to offer an independent phone-free experience to its users. So in this video, let's find out exactly how the four versions differ from each other and which one should be your pick. Among the models available in the lineup, there's going to be at least one ideal smartwatch for you. Let's talk about the GTR2 and GTS2. The original Amazfit models were almost identical in their functionality. The major difference was the appearance and the battery life. The Amazfit GTR2 comes in two versions, Classic and Sports. The Classic version has a stainless steel case and a leather strap, while the Sport version has an aluminum alloy case and a silicone strap. Both are covered with 3D curved glass that fuses with the frame at the edges. While for the GTS2, it only comes in one version, which is similar to the Sport version of the GTR2, having an aluminum alloy case and silicone straps with 3D curved glass covered. The display is the main difference between the GTR2 and the GTS2. The GTR2 features a 1.39-inch round AMOLED display with a decent resolution, while GTS2 has a 1.69-inch rectangular one with a 341 ppi resolution. Both of them support a plethora of sports models, and it features almost all latest sensors for a smartwatch, no matter for health users or daily uses. And their biggest highlights should be the blood oxygen monitoring solution. The features which are absent on the E version are the Wi-Fi connectivity and the storage function, mainly for music playback. The GTR2E and the GTS2E are like twins of the GTR2 and the GTS2. Their almost identical looks makes it really hard to tell what the difference is. So what do they sacrifice for the cheaper price? What do they retain? Just keep watching this video and you'll find out. As you can see at the first glance, from the dial shape to the strap, the 2 and the 2E are really almost identical in appearance. If we had to nitpick the differences in their appearances, note that the 2E has a black bezel that's closer to silver color, while the GTR2 model looks closer to solid black. and the GTR 2 dial has a little more scale than the 2E around the dial edges. If you don't look at the specs on paper, you won't even notice that the GTS 2E is 0.15mm thicker than its big brother, the GTS 2. The only difference that can be seen at a glance is perhaps material of the bezel. Although frame is made of the same aluminum alloy, its bezel is not as stunning as the glossy bezel of the golden version of the GTS 2, which is a bit like the design of the new iPhone. But not all the GTS 2 models have glossy processing. The other two colors apply the similar matte finish as we saw on the 2E. A design comparison between GTR 2E and GTR 2 also reveals a similar situation. The GTR 2 that I have in my hand is the Sport Edition, having a metal frame with matte finish. Compared to the GTR 2, the GTR 2E's size in all dimensions increased by 0.1mm. Other than that, there is no visible difference. For the watch display, the GTS 2E and the GTR 2E are covered with 2.5D glass, so their front faces are actually a bit flatter than their more expensive siblings. But still the same, it's not easily perceivable to the naked eye. So you don't have to worry about the 2E editions compromising in terms of design or build quality. Since there are no major changes in appearance, let's talk about what's missing from the 2Es compared to the GTR and GTS 2. The 2E models remove the speaker cannot have independent music playback, but you can still control your phone's music playback on the 2E watches. Also, it doesn't support Bluetooth calls without the speaker, and only offers call alerts. Other than that, the 2E models have all the features of the Series 2. Even when you look at the sensors equipped on the 2E models, you will find that in addition to all sensors that were equipped on the GTR and GTS 2 models, like the blood oxygen sensor, acceleration sensor, gyroscope sensor, geomagnetic sensor, ambient light sensor, and air pressure sensor, the 2E models, in fact, come with an additional temperature sensor. It's the first time that we see such a temperature sensor on a smartwatch product. Both the GTR 2E and the GTS 2E can measure the temperature of the contact area. For example, place the watch in the air to measure the current ambient temperature, or wear the watch on the wrist to measure the skin wrist temperature. In order to obtain a more accurate temperature value, make sure that the watch continues measuring the contact area for more than 15 minutes. However, it should be noted that the temperature of your skin is not the same as your body temperature, and it's also easily affected by external conditions. So, the measurement results are only for reference and not for medical purposes. You still need your medical thermometer. It's more like a good feature that helps you know better if you keep warm or whether you need to wear more clothes. Another advantage of the E models should be their battery performance. Both 2E models can last twice as long as their predecessors with the same battery capacity. Specifically, under typical usage scenario, the GTS 2E can last for 14 days, while the GTR 2E can last for even 24 days. And under basic usage scenarios, where we only use the watch to check time, the GTR 2E can have up to 45-day battery on a single charge, which is still 7 days longer than the GTR 2 maximum life. For the GTS 2E, due to the size limits, the smaller 341 mAh battery still can run for 24 days. Considering its compact design, the results are not bad at all. And even now, it's really impressive that both the 2E models have been working effectively without running out of power since the unboxing several days ago. For the review, it should be known that we turned on almost all the essential features and tested watches to simulate our daily uses. With the two advantages of longer battery life and a new temperature measuring sensor, the cheaper GTS 2E and the GTR 2E can even be recommended over the standard 2 series models. Now, let's come back to the features that are shared by the whole family of GTR 2 and GTS 2 series. On lighting up the watch, A changeable watch face is shown with a decent resolution. Right now, Amazfit offers over 50 watch faces and over 30 patterns of always-on display for each watch. And Amazfit has promised that more watch faces will be available on its store in the future. And for always-on display, users are allowed to switch off this feature for longer battery life, or just turn on the smart mode that switches off AOD when it detects a sleeping state or when it's not worn on the wrist. The operation UI is the same for all the 4 watches. Take the GTS 2E as example. Swipe down to call out the menu bar, swipe up to call out the notification center, and left and right are for customized feature pages. The feature pages are able to be customized through the official app on the phone. Let's check all these pages to see what common features Amazfit has given to all the GTR and GTS 2 watches. The first page shown on the dial has 3 color circles, which represent your progress of the daily goals for steps, calories, and rise counter. When the watch pairs to the mobile app, it will let you see the target value of your health goals, with which you can monitor your daily activities to make sure that you get good exercise every day. And you can check more health data through your phone and set up a target as a way to motivate yourself to exercise hard every day. The following page shows the real-time heart rate data. And then if you swipe down the page, there is more information showing the heart rate zone, which is more intuitive, helping you maintain your exercise states with your heart rate. For example, if you just want to lose weight, you can manage your heart rate to stay in the states of fat burning, or aerobic state, which is between 120 and 150 during exercise. And then it's the music page. For the GTR2 and the GTS2, you could slide down to view music lists and choose the audio source, whether to play music independently or to play music on your phone. Meanwhile, the exclusive speaker allows the watch to play audio without connecting wireless earbuds, which, however, consumes more power. For music playback, connecting to wireless earbuds is recommended. Without the function of independent music playback, like the GTR2 and the GTS2, the 2E models can only control the volume and song switch on your smartphone. But to be honest, under most conditions, it doesn't affect the experience at all. Then swipe again to the weather page, which shows today's weather, temperature, humidity, and so on. And sliding down will show you a brief weather forecast for the next few days. The next page is Amazfit's special PAI indicator, a health assessment system that has been in place since the first generation of the GTR and the GTS series. PAI is a personal psychological activity indicator based on heart rate data, daily activity intensity, and other health data. All the complicated information is converted into an intuitive PAI value to help you easily understand your health conditions. The last page can be reached directly by sliding from the watch face to the left. This page is an integrated shortcut interface. It shows all the basic data that we mentioned above. You can jump to any page shown on the shortcuts with just one click. There is another important feature that we haven't mentioned, which is the blood oxygen saturation detection. It's one of the latest features for smartwatch products. For those who stay indoors for a long period of work with high intensity, the results of oxygen saturation detection could help determine whether you should take a break. Another health index that's available in Amazfit watches is the stress index. It's calculated by the change in heart rate variability values, which indicates your real-time stress level as reference. And accordingly, you may need proper rest if you have a high stress index. All 4 watches support up to 90 sports monitoring modes, which should be enough for most people. As a smartwatch, the built-in GPS is an important feature that can significantly improve user experience during exercise monitoring. In addition to the regular exercise features, I believe most of you are concerned about its waterproofness. For the entire GTR and GTS series, the 5 ATM water resistance allows users to wear it for swimming. But just pay attention to the strap you use. Genuine leather or leather straps cannot be worn for swimming, and always remember to wear the watch with the included silicone strap when swimming. After figuring out the similarities and the differences between the GTR families, I believe that you guys should already know which version is suitable for you. No doubt that the 2E models exceeded our expectations, especially since we initially considered them as cheaper models without some features from the standard models. Instead, they're more like upgraded models that remove some inconsequential features without affecting essential experience, featuring improved battery performance and also new temperature sensor. If you're still confused about whether you should buy the GTR 2E or the GTS 2E, how about asking yourself this question: a lighter square dial with a shorter battery life, or a round dial with a longer battery life? Other than that, there's not much else that's different. Since the emergence of smartwatches led by Apple Watch, square watches have also started to become a mainstream design. It represents a technological sense of fashion, while the round design is more classic and easier to match your outfit. And as you can see, Amazfit offers the best of both worlds to users. So there's no need to be confused about their functionalities. As smartwatches, all these 4 watches' effective performance is really impressive. All you need is to follow your own taste. If you're still searching for a multifunctional smartwatch for a lower price, there's a new model that joined the GTS family recently, the GTS 2 Mini. For the GTS 2 Mini, you still can enjoy almost all the essential features we mentioned. Compared to the GTS 2, the Mini slightly sized down the display to 1.55 inches with a relatively lower resolution, and consequently it only weighs 19.5 grams. And although the battery capacity is reduced even further, we still can have better battery life performance than the GTS 2 since it has removed some features. Another difference is that the Mini has featured around 70 sports modes without automatic sports detection so far. Other than that, it's pretty much the same as what the GTS 2E offers. What's surprising is that it's the only model among the whole series that has a feature of women's health tracking. So to be honest, for those female users who don't want a smartwatch for heavy use, the Mini is the most recommended. But don't get me wrong, the Mini is a great, cheaper option for both male and female users. So far, we've introduced the most recommended 5 models for the GTR2 and the GTS2 family. But there's one more version that we haven't talked about, the GTR2 LTE. It's a special version that was developed for those who require LTE calls on the watch. Other than that, all the features are almost the same as the GTR2. As for pricing, you can check out here to have a best pick. To be honest, I think Amazfit is one of the very few brands who actually pulls off catering to all user groups. Like whether you're a businessman, a student, a mom working from home, whatever. I mean, their tagline is literally fitness for all, so no surprise there. Anyways, thanks for watching. That was it for our Amazfit GTR2 and GTS2 review. If you find this useful, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and this was Anton. Thanks for watching.